To a friend, let's welcome to speak to us today, Bishop Robert Hayes, better known as Bishop Bob. Yes, Bishop Bob.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming out, man. Are you good? Are you good?
Yeah. Charlie made it sound like I invented undercover boss, man. The way you labeled it. Good afternoon. Oh, now I know the chili is good. I had to down mine. Good afternoon. All right, that's a little bit better. I'm delighted to be here with you this afternoon. It's a beautiful day. I hope things are going well for you as far as school is planned, and I'm delighted to just come and share a little time with you today. As Charles said, my name is Bob Hayes, and my title is Bishop of the Oklahoma area of the United Methodist Church, and it keeps me very, very busy. But when I was invited to come, I more than willingly accepted because this is a good place for me to be. And Charlie, the next time I come, when I saw the commercial there, I'm coming on a Tuesday night, okay, at 8:45 for worship. I want to do that, all right?
Nice too.
Very good, very good. You know, before I say anything or before I do anything as a bishop or preach or pray or whatever, I always ask God to bless me and to bless us. So if you just bow with me for a second. Spirit of the living God, fall afresh on me. Spirit of the living God, fall afresh on me. Melt me, mold me, fill me, use me. Spirit of the living God, fall afresh on me. Amen. While they answer that text message there, we're going to get started. Yeah. I just want to make sure it wasn't mine, all right? Okay, I'm in good shape. I'm in good shape. You know, I know a lot of times when you come for these gatherings, you have people who come and share their testimony and their witness. And you know, a lot of times they get up here on stage and they tell you of how they found the Lord in their lives, you know, probably either early or midlife or whatever, and how they came to Christ. Well, my life is sort of just the opposite. Because you see, that was a brief period in my life where I was trying to get away from Christ, okay? And I'll explain how that happened. You see, my grandfather was a Methodist preacher. He finished college in the first generation following slavery, which was quite a feat. He finished college in 1901, which was unheard of for an African American back in that time. And he went into Methodist ministry, so he was a Methodist minister. 30 years later, my dad comes along, and he also goes into Methodist ministry. And so I grew up in the Methodist church in a parsonage. And you see, all I knew was the Methodist church up until the time I was 18 years old. And I tell folks all the time, when I got away from home and went to college for the first time, I didn't know that people had options on Sunday morning, okay? I really didn't. I mean, because I knew where I was going to be every Sunday morning. And it was not only on Sunday mornings, but it was every day of the week, okay? You see, when you're the only son of a Methodist preacher, you do everything. You open up the church, you turn the lights on, you turn the air on, you turn the heat on, you set the tables up. You know, you open the doors, you do all of it. You know, you go to youth meetings, you go to all these other things that go on, and up to the age of 18, that's all I knew was opening up doors, closing doors, air, heat, fixing up, sweeping the floors, all those kinds of things. So when I got a chance, when I turned 18 and graduated from high school and went to college, I said to myself, I'm going to leave this behind and I'm going to have some fun. So I got that little one black suit. You know, I had one black suit that I wore everywhere. Same suit I wore to funerals, same one I wore to church, okay? And I got to college and I got that black suit and I put it in the furthest corner of the closet. Because I said, I will not be going to church anytime soon. because I had just had enough of it. I mean, I was ready to party. And see, back in those days, you know, that the whole thing was there's a party over here and there's a party over there. Well, I was over here and I was over there. I was partying my life away in school. I wasn't worried about grades. I was just worried about having a good time. Because you see, I had never been out on my own before, and everything looked so tempting and everything was so nice. And when I realized it, I was halfway into October, November before I kind of came to myself. And I realized that there were a lot of things happening to me that I couldn't explain. First of all, there was something not right within me. I wasn't myself. I was always kind of anxious about things and dissatisfied and uneasy. That's what was going on inside of me. And then outside of me, the relationships that I had with people were not going well. I mean, you know, kind of bumpy and stormy, you know, and when you ever try to court somebody, it doesn't go anywhere, and then your friends, and then the grades. I don't even want to talk about the grades. I mean, they went south early on, you know, because you can't party. I found that you can't party all the time and make good grades all the time. So everything was coming apart. And I will never forget the first time that I went back home after I left home. It was Thanksgiving, okay? And so when I got back home that first Thanksgiving, of course, my daddy, being a preacher, said, "Let's go to church." And I said, "Oh, okay." So I went to church with him. And I will never forget, it was the Sunday before Thanksgiving. And after he preached, he had what they call an altar call. That's when you come to the altar and you kneel and you pray. And I went to the altar and I knelt and I prayed. And it was there that I had my aha moment. It was there that the lights turned on for me. It was there while I was at the altar that I realized that I needed God more than God needed me. And that the reason my life was falling apart was because I had distanced myself from the God that I had known for the first 18 years of my life. And when I got up from that altar, I mean, the tears were running down my face uncontrollably, because I realized something in that moment, is that God was waiting on me to come to myself, to come, as it says in the story of the prodigal son, to come to my senses. And I did. And I will never forget, and I will never forget those times when I distanced myself. And what I'm trying to say to you today is this, is that there will be times in your life and in all of our lives where we will feel more distant from God than ever before. But I am so thankful that I kind of came back to myself, because you see, it was in coming back that I realized that God could use me in a way that I had never even dreamt of before. What I do as a bishop is simply this. I try to expend myself on behalf of other people. That's what it means. It means that I give up all rights to myself so that I can help lead people to Christ and help them to understand that God is waiting on us to come back. And so I enjoy what I do as a bishop, but what I enjoy even more so is sitting down talking to groups like this that are in search of life and that are trying to find meaning in life. Let me say this. Everybody out there, and when I say that, out there in the real world, is looking for one or two things. They're looking for significance. They want their lives to count for something. That's why you're in school. Whatever your major is, whatever you want to do with that, you're looking to be significant, to have a life that's meaningful. All right? That's what one part of it is. Another part of it is people are looking for happiness. There's nothing wrong with that. We all want to be happy. We all want to have significance in our lives, for them to have meaning. And those are just the common things that people are looking for. But it's where we look for those things that we often get off track, because we're looking for them in the pursuit of things and in the pursuit of money and all those kinds of things. One of the things that I have dedicated myself to is that if I want significance, if I want peace of mind, if I want happiness in my life, I have to be willing to pay the price for that. There's a proverb I want you all to remember today when you go somewhere. Let this proverb just kind of marinate in your mind here. It says, take from life what you want. It's out there. Whatever you want in life, it's out there. If you want to be a teacher, if you want to be a physicist, if you want to be whatever you want, take from life what you want. But the proverb ends by saying, but pay for it.